All right. So, um, for those of you who don't know, I think everyone pretty much does. These are recorded and they will be on YouTube. Um, I have a channel, it's my name, my picture's there, and you can watch them, rewatch them, and watch the past ones also if you want. So tonight, I wanted to I'm going to cover some ground and try and the plan is to link together um, some concepts uh, through energy, the spirit, and science a little bit, and paint a picture of the miracle that we are, and all of the miraculous life that is all around us. So um, I'm going to touch on chakras, energy centers. They're not mystical things. They are nerve plexus, where a lot of nerves cross. It creates heat and energy. So I'm going to touch a little on chakras and a little on, um, like I said, some science and stuff. So I wanted to talk about a chakra that we haven't talked about. Um, in the past, we tend to focus on 7 or 8, right up the middle of the spine, um, the first through the seventh, and then maybe the eighth over the head. And that's where a lot of meditations focus and teachings focus, but we actually have them all over in our hands, our feet, throughout our body. So I want to talk about the high heart chakra. And I didn't know there was a high heart chakra. And I learned that there was. And in the process of studying about it, um, I made a connection between some teachings and some. That's what I want to share with you. So the high heart chakra is between the fourth chakra, which is your heart chakra, and the fifth, which is in your throat. The fourth is in the middle of those two. The four, it's 4.5, because it's the high heart chakra. So it's working with the heart. So it's basically 4.5, and it's connected to um, the thymus organ. And so the thymus sits behind. It's kind of wedged between the heart and the sternum. So uh, the thymus um, has a really unique function in our life, and it's uh, it's it comes with us obviously when we're born, and its job is it's part of our immune system response. And so when we're little, it's very large, and um, its primary job is to distinguish the difference between intruding pathogens and the inoffensive body cells. And then um, they fend the pathogens off, and then they remember the battle. So, it creates T cells and distributes them throughout our body and our lymph system for our entire life. And it does this from when we're born until somewhere around when we're moving out of puberty. So it's creating these um, fighter cells that distinguish something that is not supposed to be in it, does the battle to get rid of it, and remembers, so that we don't get attacked by that thing again if that exact thing comes in again. Um, it's super active from birth to adolescence, and it provides the human. It provides the um, human being with the full spectrum of T cells that it will need for its entire life. And during our adulthood, it begins to shrink. And by the time we're older, it's gone altogether. It just dissipates into the cells around it and no longer exists. But it's done its job and given us the support, the care and support and protection that we're going to need to get through all of our life, all of our life. And robustly as we're younger, and then as we age, um, the protection it's left us with dissipates, and we kind of cycle down, and it sort of prepares us for our departure, because we were never intended to be here on this earth forever. This is a journey that we're on, and so we come here and we evolve and grow, and then we leave eventually. So, and what I was realizing in looking at this is that also when we come here and we're really little, and born, and infants, and up to about the age of 6, our brain state that we're in is a meditative state. Um, we're maintained in that state where all the information comes in. We're connected with our high self, with divinity, and all the information downloads in. We're in the brain state of a sponge, and we're learning how to live. We're learning everything that we need to survive. We have to learn, right? So we come in, and our mind is in this meditative state. There are no filters. There's no filters that say this is good, bad, right, wrong, believe it, don't believe it. It's all truth. And that's why kids also are free to be. They'll pretend to be anything, and it's absolutely real to them. Be a horse, ride this broomstick, whatever. It's real. It's a real imaginative state that they're in. And we come that way. We come that way, totally connected in our divine state. So, bringing it back to um, the high heart chakra. So, the high heart um, chakra it's a high heart or ascended heart, or the seat of our soul. And it's the home of unconditional love. And it's here to facilitate a deep inner transformation within us. And so uh, as we move through life, and we start out with all this infantile protection and infantile connection, and we evolve, and we are protected, and then we start to grow and have a life. The thymus fades out, and as we become more evolved around 6 or 7, then our brain state changes, and we're now out of that imaginative divine state that we were in completely before. And so now we're in more of a discerning, building persona. This is who I am, and how I feel about myself, and how I perceive myself in life starts happening based on how our life is in these ages. And so it seems like we're moving from this euphoric, beautiful, protected state as very young infants and young people, and then into this place where our awareness of our divine self fades, because we're now more in a different brain state and in the current now. And the body, the thing that's protecting us, has done its job, and it's kind of fading away. And so where do we go from there? So the high heart chakra actually, people are going in and out, it's a little distracting, but the high heart chakra, being the seat of unconditional love and this seat of deep spiritual transformation, is the place where we can go and begin to tap back in to that state, that deep connection with the divine and that our divinity and that unconditional love, and the place where we begin to learn and evolve into who and what we are. And we focus before in our teachings on entering in through the heart, which is the first um, energy center into the spiritual. The first three are connected deeply into the earth. The fourth is the first spiritual one, and they become more spiritual after that. And so this high heart one is connected to the heart, but it's like a secret garden that we can go into. A secret, it's like our own secret sanctuary, our own secret garden that we can enter into and rediscover our really real and deep connection with unconditional love, and our um, getting into a place that carries the truth that transcends um, the workings of the ego, the conversation of the ego, and the conversation of the ego that is um, has concepts and ideas about us that are less than our divine self or are limiting in some way. So when we begin our evolution and growing and going in and seeking, we're entering in and we're seeking for a deeper, richer, a more defined relationship with our divine self. And the high heart energy center is the gateway into this garden. And it's where we open into the nurturing um, evolution aspect of our spiritual growth. It's how to put it, um, we enter into that deeper heart of ourselves. Like it's our heart, and then there's this deeper inner heart, higher heart. We enter into that, and where truth resides, and then and unconditional love resides. And so um, in my life, I didn't know there was a thing, and so I felt that there was something, uh, some connection wasn't there for me, that needed to be there. And so when I learned that there was this energy center that carried the the spiritual transformation, the unconditional love, the guiding. It's a window into the world for us for service. We pour out through this energy center, loving service. I felt a homecoming within myself, a homecoming, and this 4.5 high heart chakra, um, it retains our life experiences, and it retains memories of our life experiences, and uh, music appeals to this center as a way of transforming those experiences into good things and allowing them to evolve up and out of us and into flowers in the garden, or um, allowing those things to heal in our lives and move out, so that we are sitting in the seat of our soul, sitting in a seat of unconditional love with ourselves, and therefore are able to offer that unconditional love to um, our fellow travelers, brothers and sisters, humans, etc. Um, and we'll pop out for questions also. So, uh, so the higher heart chakra, known as the seat of the soul and the home of unconditional love, in a healthy high heart chakra, um, the healthy high heart chakra facilitates spiritual growth and deep inner transformation. An open heart, ascended heart leads to a service, a practice, service of like either a healing practice or a serving and love practice. I mean, that's where it comes up out of that and out through our lives. And we tap into that soft, rich, golden side of divinity that resides within all of us. And I feel like, everybody, we're all healers. We're all everything. There's not the you're a healer and you're a something else. We all have the ability within us, and we all have access to that energy and that power within us to bring healing and to bring love and to bring um, transformational energy to our lives and the world around us. We all have that. It's where is that a movement coming from within us? Where's that power coming from within us? So that we can tap into that and move our lives forward and in a softer way than trying to oftentimes we try to go out and do things through service, but coming in and being steeping ourselves in a place of unconditional love and allowing transformation will bring service out of us organically. It'll bring um, our passions and our desires into a format that becomes service through our hands, right? Service through the life that we're living, even through a job that has nothing to do with service, because it's how we are being and who we are being first. Our message and our what we're bringing to the face of the earth is always going to be there, um, regardless of what we're doing and where we are in life. We have to go in and become. We have to go in and become our divine self. We have to go in and become the highest and best we can be ourselves first with ourselves. And then we become, in becoming, we begin, the service naturally begins to happen. It naturally begins to happen. And it may be not in a way that you think. Because as we're becoming transformed, we're becoming renewed and we're becoming more open to what is there for us and what is within us that can come out. So, bringing it, kind of sort of trying to drag it all back together. That we come in here with all this support and all this connection to our divine self, and then we're affected by the world, and we're affected by our families, and we're affected by school and our experiences and what we've been told and what we feel and believe about ourselves. And we get a persona, like we talked about, a layer over the top of our divine self, our high self, our authentic self. We get a layer of concepts we've been taught, beliefs we've been taught, life experiences that we've had, and how we perceive those and what we think that means about us and what we think that says about us. So we develop belief systems about ourselves that are often far away from the truth about us authentically and the truth about our divine being and our divine essence. So then we move away from that place of knowing who and what we are, and we start becoming who and what we think we are. And then in the teaching now that like this class, we're going behind the curtain and we're understanding the persona, lifting it off, becoming intimate again with our divine being, completely aware of our divine presence and our oneness with the one, and now beginning to live again in the mind state and mental state of being in the awareness in the present now in our divine self. And it struck me that um, the body workings and the body parts um, are here to guide us and provide a path for us and to see and to know. um, and how we, because you hear this saying all the time, right? How you are in one thing is how you are in all things. So if you put that on the divine, in getting down deeper into your relationship and understanding of the divine one, um, how the divine is in one thing is how it is in all things. So we're created so miraculously that we come in here with this organ that is huge, and it provides protection for us and our immune system for our whole life, you know. And our mind state is clear and open so that we're completely glued in with the divine and being impressed with that relationship, right? And then we're given all the tools, and resides within our body access to maintaining that as we evolve and grow. So we're not left alone with just physical support. We we're left, we're created with the miracle and the magic within us to live divinely every moment of our life as we begin to discover it. The divine is miraculous, loving, unconditionally loving in every aspect of creation. We are creation. We can be like that too. We have the access within us to evolve, transform, become unconditionally loved and lovers, and bring that to the face of the earth through our hands, through our service, through our how we are being, and how we are being will provide for us something to do that will give us an avenue for that. So our creator, the creator, is love in its highest expression, and creation itself is the builder of life. And the never-ending river of bounty flowing from a source of eternal life and love, we is we all have access to that. We all have equal potential to draw from this river of life and love and to create, because we were created, therefore we are creators. So we have access to this eternal river of life that we are in and that is flowing through us. Everybody, all equally have it. Creation is, life is creation. We are creating. We are standing at the well, pulling up the buckets of life and love for ourselves and others. We must get ourselves into the position of doing that. And we can't do that if we are separated from ourselves and we're separated from our divine lover of our soul, or we have all these misconceptions about it. We become powerful and alive and full of service and love when we tap in to who and what we are. So learning that these that our entire body is miraculous. Number one, we are an energy being with the body is the hard tangible form of the energy. Energy is in us and all around us. Within this form, there are energy, we have access to energy, like the energy wormholes into the divine heart. However you want to, Star Wars, going in, and getting to know, who am I in this garden of unconditional love and transformation? What is here for me in this place of safety? We have been nothing but loved, protected, and cared um, for our entire created essence. We are divine. It will never be less than that. So, in looking at the human body and understanding the miraculous um, little bit that we know about it, it's self-healing, regenerating, protecting. Uh, it's amazing, and the energy, the spiritual life that resides within the energy, has the power to transform the human body. It has the power to elevate and carry the human body in a youthful state from here into old age. But we have to know that. We have to know that that power is within us. It's like an ember is waiting to be stoked into a fire so that we begin to create creation energy for ourselves, and to draw up from the well of creation within each one of us buckets of love and life for ourselves and for our fellows, our sisters and brothers in all of humanity and nature also. So we are deep wells of living water, and we tap in through everything around us is showing us our body, and watching nature, we talk about that a lot, is demonstrating to us the loving care that we have been created with and that we live within, and that resides in us and all around us. So I'm hoping I didn't like kill that too much, but if you could unmute yourselves and we could talk about it for a minute. Do you have comments, questions? It's not required that you talk. It's just if you, I never call people out. So it's if you have a question or you have a comment, you can feel free to make it, ask, whatever.
I do, Audrey.
Okay.
So I have done some meditations. I try every morning to kind of like work on my chakras and with crystals and just, just be mindful of the energy. So it's very interesting to me that I hear about the kind of the 4.5 chakra. And I'm wondering what your thoughts are in terms of being able to open that up more. Like, would you recommend mantras or would you recommend um, some type of energy work? Because I appreciate you sharing your experience or this unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, like discovering this. So I'm just wondering what are some thoughts about some, tangible things that we can all do. And thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, so first of all, uh, had you heard you just learned about the 4.5, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why not just seek after it instead of making a big old plan?
Typical of me, yes.
We get, and this is so much our mind, like just in our training, but um, we're not complicated. Uh, we were not put here to follow our spiritual path with breadcrumbs, and the first thing we want to do is make a system and a plan. So in our meditation, we're just going to put our hand over it and connect with it. I have found in my life, I have gone both directions, um, controlling, organizing, planning, and um, and being at ease. And I have discovered that uh, Connecting with ourselves um, is easy when we soften out of our planning because we are already in here and the divine is already in here and doesn't have to be coaxed out. There's this one poet, and I don't, um, might be Goethe, but he says, and this is the divine speaking, when you turn to me, I am running to you. It's already happening. When we turn for something new, when we turn ourselves around from our busyness, our thinking mind, and we reach for that connection, divine is running at us full speed already. We don't have to drag it out. We are divine. What we're doing is reestablishing the connection, becoming aware of the connection we already have. And then the secret treasures of that connection are automatically open to us because they're already ours. So, looking at ourselves, um, we are energy beings with a body. The body is also energy, it's more dense. Being in love, falling in love, being in love changes the energy. A smile on your face will change the energy inside your body instantly. Instantly. So, beginning to, I mean, I'm all about, we've done energy center blessing in this class, uh, but um, I stay away from trying to make systems and rituals. And I mean, I'll do something and then I'll be like, okay, I'm good, right? I'm balanced right now, and I'll go back in if I'm not. And so when we discover something new, open to it. We're going to open to it. Let it reveal itself to us with softness. With softness. We don't have to go in and get it, it's already there. We're becoming aware. And becoming aware, a great tool for awareness is, you know, we we ground down through our breath, right? That's all the rage. Focus on your breath, that will bring you, center you in and calm you down, right? So we center in with our breath. So paying attention to your breathing is becoming aware of your breathing and softens you. So paying attention to your beautiful body and loving your beautiful body will bring you right into your body, right? Begin to have a conversation. Is there something I need to work? Like it's a living back and forth. It's not something that we're doing something to, hoping to get a result out of. And I hope, um, because it's easy to get into creating a plan. It's like I got to run 5 miles every day. It's kind of like that. And when we soften away and we begin to be the lover of our own soul instead of the one chasing after it, um, the divine is already there, chasing us, loving us. So,
Love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Anyone else?
For me, could you just quickly, just as brief as possible, go over the concept of the 4.5 and that part of that chakra being open and like working with service or being open to service at that point.
Okay. So, um, the chakras are open. Um, their nerve plexus. If they weren't, you'd be dead, right? It's always this open, closed, broken, healing. Um, our body stores energy and memories, right? And so, even in our muscles, like say it's not along any of the chakras, and you have had something happen, an accident, and you hip or your thigh or something like that, then that memory of that trauma is stored within that muscle. And when you begin working with the muscle, oftentimes people will cry or have a feeling about it long after it's healed. So um, within our body, the body remembers experiences that we've had. So the 4.5 is open. They're all open. It's an awareness of it. So becoming aware that there is this aspect of ourselves that invites us in to have to this garden of delights, to have access to unconditional love and to spiritual transformation. As we spend time in there, that um, as we become, because really that's divinity, unconditional love and transformation, right? That's, we enter into completely into our divine essence, because um, unconditional love comes out of that, and we become more aware of our divine self and the power in that, and that begins to pull out of us what comes out of unconditional love, right? What comes out of that? Let's think about that. What's born out of unconditional love? Everything. There's no judgment. There's no struggling, suffering, uh, pain. There's unconditional love is love, no matter what. It's like the happy dog, right? It's love that is, you're being steeped in a love that is unimaginable to your thinking brain. So as we allow that love to permeate us, it moves out of the way the experiences we've had that have jaded us, and the concepts of ourself that we have that stand in the way of a free flow of divine love through our life. This unconditional love experience moves things away that we are clinging to unnecessarily, or ideas that we have about how things should be or how we should be, or we start losing gripping, clinging, and holding on to thoughts, ideas, memories, concepts, past perceptions, all of that, and that allows the divine essence of who we are to bubble up and begin to ooze out into our life, and it comes out in the expression that we are. And you know, I was reading in my reading that the hands are tied to the heart spiritually and service wise. So we serve through our hands, through healing and through cooking, feeding people, taking care of people, making things for people, comforting, loving, touching people. We pour out of our life essence, and it could look like um, a service can be a loving, kind words that flow through you into people's life. Um, it doesn't necessarily have to have a plaque on the door, right? But it will organically, naturally happen as your spiritual being is transformed and released under the touch of that love. And you will begin to find that you move differently in your speech and in the world, and um, in your thoughts inside. Did that help? Naja?
Oh, most definitely. I was talking to you with my mic on mute, so
Oh,
sorry about that.
I couldn't hear it. Not that transformed.
It helped me too.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we think we've sometimes at least I know for myself, I felt like I had to try to find something, but it will come through us, up and out of us, like we're a flower or a plant, and those seeds are there. And as we the things move out of the way, it grows up and out of us and becomes a gift, that we are the gift, and what we are saying and doing and how we are being when it's divinely inspired is our service. It's our gift to the world, and people will come and find it. Okay. So if there are no further questions, we're going to, I'll meet you again, and we're going to enter into a meditation to, get connect you to to introduce you to 4.5. And we'll be in that, and then I'll close the meditation, and we can chat a minute if you want, and then we'll get together next week, and you can rewatch this on YouTube tomorrow. So meeting you all. So get comfortable where you're sitting. You don't have to do anything unusual. Just sit and close your eyes. And breathe and relax. See if you can soften your mind. Let it go. Feel the seat you're sitting in. Feel your feet grounded on the floor. Feel your breath flowing in and out of your body naturally. So take your hands and place them over your heart, right over your regular heart. Place them over your heart. And connect with a feeling of gratitude for your beautiful heart. Your beautiful beating heart. And the beautiful life that you have. Gratitude for all the mysteries and miracles that you are, that you know and don't know. Now place your attention and your hands right up on your sternum. And connect with your high heart. Open to enter into the secret garden. Allow it to reveal itself to you in all its bounty and beauty. Sink into the space under your hands. Enter into love unspeakable. To the beautiful mysteries of life. The seat of your soul, your ascended heart, your high self in this beautiful sanctuary. In this divine tabernacle of you. Feel the connection. Don't be afraid of it. Open to it. Connect with the emotion of love in the space under your hands. Connect with it. Look around with your inner eye. There's nothing but love here. This beauty is you. It's your beautiful divine life. Beyond the thinking mind, beyond the ego, outside of the life we've been living, is this beautiful love for you. Always the same. We are supposed to tap in and learn the truth about the miracle that we are. There is a garden, a living sanctuary of light and love under your hands. Let the love touch you. Let it bubble up and spread out. Now that you know it's here, now that you know the sanctuary of your high self, you can go here anytime. The door is always open. The love is always there. Transformation is here for you. Unconditional love all the time. Take a big breath in. Exhale out. Come back to now. Open your eyes. If you'd like to comment, unmute yourself so you can. I'm curious if anybody experienced a connection with that.
Deep and powerful connection.
Sure.
I want to say I'm just so happy to see you back. And that it was the pits not being able to do this last week.
Yeah.
And I got something that will forever ground me, right? I've never placed my hands over my heart like that to experience that, basically, like hug my heart, So I appreciate that. Thank you.
High heart.
High heart.
I like that hug your heart thing. That's cool.
Mhm. And it's hugging you.
Yeah.
High heart.
Yeah.
Think of it like it's the brain of the heart.
It's okay, Kenny. I see you. I seen a tear. I see you get a little emotional right there.
um,
Oh, that was beautiful. I kept thanking my heart for beating and keeping me alive through all of this. Just, I kept thanking my heart, and I love you, and saying I love you to my heart. So,
yes. Love and life are powerful. Love is powerful. Changing. So go there often. You can just put your hand right there. Like, really start connecting with the high heart brain, however you want to think of it. And that unconditional love and transformation, and it's like falling into being completely enfolded in love in there will change your life. Totally change your life. Move you forward. So like I said, this will be posted tomorrow. um, I saw a new, if there's anyone new that I don't have your information, I'd love to have it so I can include you in the invitations every week. If you want to come back, reach out to me through whoever gave you the link, and so we can make a connection with each other.
And how do I see the recording of this tomorrow?
Okay, so you can go to YouTube and type in my name, Audrey Pike.
Okay.
You'll see a picture of me. I think there's a couple of us, and then just go to that channel, and you'll see all the recordings,
Okay.
and then you can watch them.
Sure.
And if you subscribe, it'll tell you every time I post something, I think.
Okay.
I usually get them posted before I go to bed tonight, so they'll be there in the morning. Have a great week, you guys.
Thank you, Audrey.
I love you.
You too. Love you guys.
Audrey, this was amazing as always.
Love you too. Love you all. Thanks, sis.
Thanks, Mir.
Good seeing everybody.
Love you.
See you, everyone.
See you all next week. Night, John Boy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Now, how do I get off here? I'm a techno-tard. Let's see. How do I do this?
I think you can just end. You can just leave.
Leave. Oh, leave. Okay. All right. Hope see you next week. I loved it. Thank you.
Okay.